Hello guys, my name is Jay and today we will be doing a small case study on market data using Excel. And as you can see, the dataset which we will be using is the stock market data, and there are dimensions and measures. So in dimensions, as we have few columns, the two of them happens to be a date and name, and in measures we have values such as open, high, low, close and volume. And the concepts which will be covered are sorting and filtering, which are apparently very useful in analysis of market data, and conditional formatting, wherein you can visualize and analyze the data using graphs. And we will be also seeing value settings, that is percent difference from the previous date, that I'll be teaching you guys how to do it. And for that, let me just show you the data set first. So this is the data set. As you can see, there's date, and you can see name of the share, you can see open, high, low, close and volume. I'm sure you guys must have seen this data previously, because this is stock market data. So this is a 5-year data set, starting from, as you can see, 2013. And now what I want to do is, basically, if let's say I am creating a pivot table. So if I create a pivot table and I want to add more data to it, I need to put this data in a table, so that in future if I add data to it, it will accordingly change to the pivot table, otherwise it wouldn't do so. So let me just start with putting this data set into a table. I'll just do that. I'll select all of it and I'll just insert. As you can see, the options over here, it's home, insert, page layout, formulas, data, review and view. So we need table here, right? So I'll just click on it, and yeah, my table has headers, that's right. And I'll just click on it. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, you can always select a design over here. So I'll just click on this, and yeah, that works for me. Okay, so we have a table, so and we also have the data set over here. So now what I want is, I want to create a pivot table. I want to create a pivot table, right? So I'll click here and I'll insert, and I'll just click on a pivot table. That's it. Table rich. I want it in a new worksheet. That's right. I want it in a new worksheet. Okay, we have a new worksheet, and I want this sheet to be green. So I can choose the tab color, and I can just click on green button over here, and yeah, I'll be done. It is done. There you can see. All right. Okay, so firstly, I'll put the date in the row columns. I'll just teach you guys how to analyze the stuff. Okay, just okay. I'll put the date in the row columns. That's right. Now we have a lot of names. We have a lot of stock market names, right? We have a lot of stocks. So we want that in the filter, because you are going to analyze the stock filter. Like, you have 500. Let's say you have 500 stocks, so you want to analyze one by one, right? So what I am going to do is, I will take the name and I'll put it in the report field. That's right. Okay, and all the values that are open, okay, high, low, close, and also the volume. Okay, so here it shows that I have count of open, count of high, count of low, count of close. I don't want that. I want sum of it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to click on it, double click on it, and you just click on the sum part. That's right. Okay, just click on, and even you have to do the same for the high and low, close, and similarly for the volume. We want the sum of it, right? Okay, right. So I have sum of open, high, low, close, and sum of volume. That's right. Okay, so I would just rename this as open, because I don't want it to be written as sum of open. And I'll just click on space, because it wouldn't accept the open, because we already have that value in our main sheet. So I'll just rename it as open, I'll just click on space, and yeah, there we go. And I'll rename this as high space. I'll rename this as low. Okay, I need to give a space here as well, and close and space. I need to write here as volume and a space. Okay, there we go. Now we need to change this. We don't want this decimal number, right? We don't want that, and we need to format the cells, and I'll tell you exactly how to do that. Just click on this, open, and you need to click on the format cells. We want it to be currency, right? And we don't want the decimals, so I'll just click on 0 over here, and you can see it is changed to rupee, and we don't have the decimal as well. So similarly, I'll do it for high, low, close. For volume we have something different. I'll just show you guys in a minute. And I click on format cells, I'll click on currency, 0 decimals, and there we go. Similarly for low, you guys have to do it for close as well. I click on format cells, currency, decimals, okay. And for close, the same thing, format, currency, and just a moment, I missed out on the decimal part, and we are done. So for volume, it is just a number. We don't want it to be the currency, right? So it is a number, and use 1000 separator. That's right, and we are going to put it at 0 decimal. There we go. Okay, so this looks better for analysis. And what I'll do is I'll just select all the rows over here, and I'll just align it, like center align it. Give me a moment, I'll just center align it. That's it. This looks nice, right? Okay, so now coming to the analysis part, this data looks good for analysis, right? And like over here you can see this is our raw data, and we are using a pivot table, and which is good for analysis, right? I will just rename this sheet to analysis. Okay, this looks good for analysis now. So I want to know that what was the closing rate for the previous date, right? Was it a profit, was it a loss? So I'll just show you how you guys can figure that out. So for that, this is the column which I'm interested in. So I'll just click on close, and you need to place it just below the close part, and it will give you count of close. We don't want that. We want a sum of close again. We want sum of close, right? So I'll just click on currency, and again we have to do this because, and this is count as of now, so we need the sum of close. You just need to click on this, and it'll show you sum, count, average, max, mean. These are the functions basically, right? Okay, so we want to see the trend, right? We are here to analyze this data, and we want to see the trend, that what was the previous value which has changed compared to the new value, right? So how we can do that is we need to click on some of the close over here, and we will show value as, you can see over, we can, and now we want percent difference from, right? Now over here you can see date and base item. We want to see that how was it different from previous date, right? So I'll just click on previous over here, and okay, yeah, now you can see that there was negative 0.17% decline in that share compared to the previous date. Okay, now this doesn't look so good. If you can see, so let's say you want to analyze it in a much more simpler way. So what can you do in this case? Okay, so we will be using conditional formatting in this case. How we can do that is we can select all of this, sum of close, and I'll just like to rename this, and I'll change the difference change in value. I'll write it as change in value. Okay, I'll rename this change in value of close. You can rename it anything that you want, but I'll change it as change in value, and I will just click on conditional formatting over here. Now we have a lot of options. As you can see, you have color scales, so data bars, you can choose any one of those, but what I want is I want this graph to show that whatever values that was greater than 0 in percentage, I want them to be green, right? So there's this condition over here. As you can see, there's this condition greater than, so I'll just click on greater than, and here I'll write 0. So the ones that are greater than 0, I want them to be green. So as you can see over here, we have green fill with dark green text. That's right, that's what I want in this case. Okay, so now you can see we have all the ones which are positive and has done particularly well on that day. Those are the green ones. That's right. Okay, and similarly I'll again select this, and the ones which are less than 0, that means that has caused loss, I want them to be red. So what I'm going to do is I'm again going to click on conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, and there you can see less than. Okay, and the ones less than 0, I want them to be light red fill with dark red text. Yeah, that's exactly what I want. That's it. This looks much better. So as you can see, on 5th 5/9/2013, it has increased 0.10% compared to the previous date, which was 0.91% particularly. So you basically need to figure out trends over here, and this is a much simpler way, wherein if you see this data, and it is very hard to analyze stuff in this, right? And if you see this over here, it makes things much more easier, right? So this is one thing that we have done, analyzing trends, and you can figure out that what were the particular dates that the share has done particularly well. And the other part is volume, right? Now I want to visualize this part as well. What can I do? So similarly, I will take the volume and I will place it just below the volume part, and again this should, oh God, okay, this hasn't worked for some reason. It should work now. Okay, there we have a volume again, and again I need it to be sum. I need it to be sum, that's right. And okay, so this is just for visualization part. It is soon going to disappear. I'll tell you how. And we have a sum, and we just need to, now I need to visualize this part as well. So for this, what can we do? I will click on conditional formatting, and I want it to be a solid fill, so it will be a blue data bar, right? We need to check the trends. Okay, so there I have it. So particularly on this day, the volume was pretty high, so you can see over here it is 15/3/2013, and the number of volume as well. So something probably must have happened on this day, that there was a lot of volume which was bought and sold. And similarly you can see all the trends over here, right?